What's up guys, good morning, another amazing day. Welcome to the channel. Let's get into Mullen. We're gonna get right into this. So today we're gonna be talking about some news that just came out yesterday and some news that hasn't been coming out lately for almost a month. And I know we're all waiting on David to drop some news because right now we're sitting at a very important place on the charts where we need to make a decision. Are we gonna go up or are we gonna move back down? Now let's dive deep into the charts because I wanna tell you guys something that looks a little different than previous setups before. Don't forget to grab your coffee. Here's mine. Got my dad cup. Here's to all the moms and dads out there. So this is on the daily for Mullen stock, okay? And we can see here that we've had some crazy runs, right? We had the run back in October. We ran from 20 cents to 60 cents. That was a 200% return. We had this last run right here, which was when we made the base of 18 cents. You know, remember a lot of people were fearful at that time. People were probably selling at that time, thinking we were gonna go down to 10 cents. But anyways, we made the base and then we ran all the way to 40 cents, which is about a little over 100% return. Then we came back down, right? We closed the gap just around 20 cents and then we ran from 20 cents all the way to 47.5 cents, which we've stated before in videos. And then we tended to come right back down, right? Because we hit some resistance, we hit an open gap. The RSI was way overbought, so we were expecting a pullback. Now, this is what I'm talking about. In previous times on these runs, we usually pull back a lot more. We can see right here, the RSI is still overbought, so we tend to come down. But Mullen is holding its own very nicely, honestly. And this is looking a little different than what it's been looking like before. Now we see the stochastic here is pointed down, which means we're in a downtrend, but we could curl up on the daily. The RSI is starting to curl up a little bit and we could see a massive run here shortly. I am still cautious though because the technicals are telling us we're in a downtrend, but I am optimistic because of everything going on right now with Mullen. And today's date is the 11th, and we have some important meetings coming up. So if you remember, previously I stated in a video, I could see us run until the meeting, and then I could see a sell-off. So the next zones that we're looking for is a push up to around 51, 52 cents. And from there, like I stated before, I could see us go as high as around 87, 88 cents. Where I stand right now is I will be buying the dips of Mullen stock if we get any. If we don't, I'm still happy with the bag that I have. Let's talk news. I do want to thank all of you for your amazing comments on the YouTube channel. We've had some amazing comments where some people were selling at 47.5 cents and they were able to pay a certain bill. That's a huge deal, guys. You know, any profit is profit. So never feel guilty for taking profits. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my opinion. And for me, Mullen is looking good. One of the most important things I want to show you guys is this. This is the newsroom for Mullen. And the last piece of news we got was December 22nd. That's about 3 weeks ago. So when we get news on this is going to be a huge deal because all we're listening to right now are places like Investor Place, which I'm about to show you, other articles that are starting to come out. One day though, one day we will be on other websites. There will be other articles about Mullen Company. Right now we're just building because we're just getting started, but one day this will be on the headlines of different places. We're gonna speed through this. So 5 investors betting big on Mullen stock in 2023. Acudis Capital is the largest shareholder of Mullen Automotive. So I wanted to look more into this. We're aware of BlackRock, we're aware of Vanguard, right? Very big institutions own a lot of shares. So again, right here by January 13th, right? That's 2 days away. They got to have their annual report, okay? This was initially set to December 29th, which resulted in a 15-day grace period. So that's why I'm saying right now we're in a pivotal point. Are we gonna go down more? Are we gonna have a big pop until January 13th? We gotta be cautious because of what the charts are doing. The technicals, the news, everything is in play right now. Now there was a satellite picture of Mullen's Mishawaka facility where people on Twitter were saying, hey, these are the vehicles. They're not the vehicles, and they're stating it right here. This was actually a very old picture from July of 2022 when they purchased the plant from bankrupt Electric Last Mile Solutions. So again, yes, there's a lot of stuff going around, but you got to do your own research. You got to look into this stuff, especially if you're invested in this company. Right now, the good stuff. So Acudis Capital owns 56.94 million shares. And then we can see right here, Sousa Holdings owns 55 million. Robert Bollinger, pretty amazing, owns 51 million. BlackRock, and Robert Bollinger gave up 60% of his company. BlackRock, 26 million, Vanguard, 22 million. So we love to see this, right? Big institutions buying big on Mullen stock. Again, we're an early company. More institutions will get into this company. Once we start production, more companies will come in. More big investors will come in. It's just how the game works. It's pretty amazing though, the rise that we have had in Mullen stock, where basically the only piece of news that the cost to borrow was extremely high. Okay, at this point, I think shorts started to cover, and we've seen they've been covering lately the last couple of days. And this is what made the stock price rise. Now, if we get any news from David, this stock will rise more. If we don't get news, we might continue to rise, but we might also trade sideways and stay stagnant. Wanted to do a little more research on the company that owns over 56 million. So we could see right here, this was in March of 2022. We were trading around $1, so they bought more shares around $1, and I don't think they've sold any. So what that means is they were long on this company when it was around $1. On January 25th of 2022, they reported owning just over 11 million, but they had an increase of 158% because they increased their share amount. After all was said and done, Mullen shares were trading 8% lower, around 99 cents. This is really big news because BlackRock is long on them. Vanguard is long on them. This company owns the most amount of shares right now. They're obviously long on them if they were purchasing it at $1 and they haven't sold any yet. Tell me your thoughts below what you think of this though. Is this good news in the long run for Mullen, or do you think this is just no news and this isn't a really big deal? This is really big news because we're talking about the battery technology, right? That Mullen's gonna bring into the EV space. So when this happens, this company will become very dominant in the EV sector. And I believe there was something stated yesterday, I saw on Twitter, I couldn't find it for you guys, where they were saying that someone wrote a false article. They were saying that the battery technology really wasn't as good as people were stating, but they corrected themselves and they said this is actually outstanding technology and you can reach up to 600 miles per drive. You got to think long term, right? We've conducted successful testing and we'll begin pack level development next. The test data collected shows an impressive outcome in future for solid state batteries. Again, I think EV companies are here to stay. I don't think every EV company will make it. We obviously have seen that in different sectors, especially with investing, but I think Mullen will be a top 5 EV player in the future. That's it for today's video, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to check the links down below. We got the Patreon if you want to join the team and learn more about these charts and learn more about buy and sell signals. Check the links down below. Appreciate you all. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week.